Welcome to the dungeon. We are actually back. It's been weeks.
How to play.
Yeah. Well, you roll dice, and then your character makes poor decisions, and then someone comes and that's
not my character. This isn't Z.
Yeah. Speaking of that, when you take a break and say, let's play Baldur's Gate 3, I'm going to make my character like Z, that's a bad idea.
I don't know what you're talking about. Everything
that was a phenomenal idea.
It's been an adventure.
Who needs allies?
Or life. So so it's been a busy month. It's not slowing down for sure. So our schedule's out there. So right as of today, and as we did in January, things always change because we're all working adults. We'll be with you on every Monday in February, leading up to segue Midland Mall Comic-Con.
Whoa, you didn't mention that was coming up.
I did not mention that was coming up. Welcome, everybody. If you did not know about it, then you do now. Midland Mall Comic-Con coming up, back in the dungeon. That's right, Half-Ass Beer Review. You got to check out Half-Ass Beer Review right now, by the way, because he's doing weird state liquor laws. So he did every state in 2 videos. Just one from each state. Ohio is weird. So evidently it's legal to give your children alcohol in Ohio as long as you sit at the table with them.
I'm going to tell Cadence next time I see her.
Yeah, Cadence is going to give a top 10 Third Eye Brewery beer list. They did say that most places will not allow that, but like it's still, yeah, and they're soaking.
What?
Nothing. That is for another conversation. So, but back to Midland Mall, we have that up. That's coming up basically the end of this month. So we are weeks away from that. You're not going to want to miss that. So signups are still open if you want to pre-sign up. We don't have as many pre-signups as we did last year. People, I think, are just going to show up, and that's going to be chaos for you and for me. So
I have this many chairs. I have this many chairs on my table. That's it.
Yes. Yes, that is for sure. So stop by.
And we're only doing one of each class at each table this year too.
Yeah.
So the sooner you sign up, the sooner you get to claim what class you want to be.
Yep. That's true. We're just trying to be more conservative on our resources and resources in general. So we're going to be doing things a little differently this year. Bustin' makes me feel good. Banter and Babble will be there. They'll be live streaming right from the center, right next to the cosplay competition. We have partnered already with Blackwing Collectibles. They have reached out. Mike, you and Jeremy, you may remember them from last year. They were the booth right next to us. We spoke with them quite a bit.
I was going to say, I didn't speak a whole lot to anybody since I was
angry that they stole your orange pop.
I was at my table most of the time.
Half-Ass Beer Review is going to show up with his mute character.
The Kinku?
They can talk now.
They can talk now, yeah.
True.
They don't have to mimic anymore, which is weird. But Half-Ass Beer Review will be there. We had talked with Half-Ass about doing him recording one of the sessions or so, and then we'll piece some stuff together.
I don't know. I remember an interview I did with him the first year, and I never saw that interview afterwards.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. Bishop is going to be in the kissing booth. 1 orange sun kiss per kiss. So if you are the person who stole his case last year, you have 24 kisses waiting for you.
One kiss, one dick punch.
So we're gonna have a good time. You want to get in those sessions on Saturday. We'll start skyrocketing downwards on Sunday as we get wore out. The adventures are going to be really cool. We've spent a lot of time on those. Those are pretty much done. We've got a few things to shore up, but yeah, stop by. We're excited. Is it Fanta or Sunkissed? Remember? I thought it was Sunkissed.
I do Sunkissed, but I drink either one. It doesn't matter.
How about a Faygo?
Oh my.
Faygo.
Faygo is just syrup. It's just
Like,
straight
hey,
syrup.
You know, I've done Kroger's cola before too, so it's one of those.
Hey,
whatever's
I like
cheap.
Kroger's cola, man. That's just way cheap, and it's just as good. But yeah, you can't knock Faygo. Banter and Babble gets all bent out of shape out of it. Speaking of Banter and Babble, trying something new tonight. You guys won't be able to hear it, but the audience will. But we've got a video promo this time.
Hey y'all, Dude79 here, and here's what's on the docket for this week's episode of Banter and Babble. So catch us live every Wednesday, 9 p.m. at twitch.tv/banter and babble. And if you can't catch us then, check us out after on YouTube or all major podcast streaming services. We'll see you then.
All right, so yeah, check out Banter and Babble. That was a good list of what they're going over this week. So that's a fun time. Just checking. Yeah, we're good. We're good. So while I was gone, we had some Power World streaming from our very own Gwenton. So if you enjoy catching Pokemon with guns and other questionable activities, Power World is what they've been doing. Mike's been back into Baldur's Gate 3. I've been into Enshrouded. Marsland's been into his work. You know, lots of discussions for sure. Yeah, you guys are unmuted again. So, what else we got, team?
Think that's about it.
Yeah. All right. Gwenton did open his own Etsy shop. We'll get a slash or a exclamation command for that. But it is on our link tree.
Can't see it, but things involve dice rolling and putting cups in.
Let's see if this works.
I like to throw my Red
there we
Bull
go.
in there first thing in the morning. It's
So
really
if you
good
go-
for Red Bulls.
So if you go to Linktree, you can scroll down. You can see Gwenton's.
Is it big enough for Red Bull, or do you have a little bit of space?
I get the medium-sized can, so it slides right in.
Okay, so I actually have inserts for the regular size,
Nice.
16 ounce,
This guy.
along with inserts for like White Claw and a Corona bottle. You drink Corona.
Fanboy Tone's all about that White Claw and his Ugg boots and juicy sweatpants. Anyways, we are here to play some D&D, and it has been weeks. And we all had to kind of refresh ourselves where we've been. We don't like to take big gaps. Like we had less gap during the Christmas season than we did in January. So
I was gonna say we only played once in January.
Was it only
Yeah.
once?
Yeah.
It's what it
Wow.
felt like.
yeah, I thought it was twice, but well, yeah, I think it was twice because we played like on New Year's Day. But that was
It was the first 2 weeks, and
Yeah.
the last like 3 weeks, things happened.
I love that. I do like this 20-second delay, and it's a lot more stable on my end.
Is it
Seeing-
okay?
Yeah, and seeing Banter and Babble He's just now commenting. And I will not let up on all you PAL players. That's true. That's true. You do censored things with Pokemon in that game, and it's not okay. But the community's enjoying it, so I hear things. All right. Without further ado, let's get rolling.
Here, and here's what's on the docket for this week's episode of
bonus
Banter
action.
and Babble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Viewers,
bonus
of
action.
So everybody's
For the viewers,
Oh,
of course.
right.
I'm okay with that.
Let's get some music going here.
he either ignored us or we're on mute. He didn't hear us.
No, I heard you just fine.
So he's ignoring.
I'm really good at that. Oh, that's a little hot.
Oh no, the dude is still up.
20-second delay. I got it. Yeah.
The dude.
Still got some learning curves for that. All right. Last time we were together, the party returned to Candor's Keep. Wow. And after a few discussions, they went to the academies and talked to Drusilla. Drusilla informed them of some things going on and answered their questions and ultimately found the fate of Oz. His soul, having drawn the Void card, his soul ripped from his body. Party contemplated what they should do about this, considering Oz's reckless past, but ultimately decided that freeing him from this prison, being their friends, was the best course of action. Investigating a few other things, Marslin went up to speak with Drusilla again, telling her that they agreed to the terms of the deal. One favor for the location of Oz. Drusilla, focusing her magic, finds the soul of Oz trapped within a statue of Law, somewhere in the Cold Snap Mountain near Deeren. We rejoin the Marslin as the room settles and he sees Drusilla clearly exhausted from her spell. What would you like to do?
My dog sitting. My dog is going crazy. Drusilla, are you okay? I'm gonna go over to her and try and help her up.
She breathes heavily. I think I'll be fine. It took a lot out of me.
Words can't describe how appreciative I am that you've done this for us. Is there anything I can do to help you right now?
She struggles onto her feet. I'll take care of myself. Thank you for your hospitality. Is this enough to go on?
It should be a start. Can you give me any advice or guidance about this Cold Snap Mountain outside of Dearney?
It's been a long time since I've been to that island. I can offer nothing but patience. Dearney is a city that has kept to itself for quite some time. They may be a little backwards to you.
Are they welcoming of outsiders?
Oh,
Is
yes,
this like...
they're quite a friendly lot.
Oh, that... I was afraid you were going to say the opposite. You never know with those remote places. They could, be aggressive to people that are unfamiliar to them.
It might be the friendliest people you've met since you left Rashan.
Fascinating. What kind of people make up its population?
All sorts. Mainly halflings.
I knew a very friendly halfling in a past life. They loved pie.
Always seems to be about the pie.
Always. Anyway. I imagine it's quite a long journey to get there.
Yes. By ship. Over a week. By something faster. And she looks at you with kind of a raised eyebrow. Much shorter.
Perhaps it is worth getting back on the ship, but I'll have to bring that up with the rest of the group. If he would even be amenable to assisting us further in more journey, even if it might be advantageous to him.
Have one of your friends send me a message. I can meet you at the docks if my assistance is warranted.
I appreciate it. What assistance? Do you think you could just ease over Colton?
As I said, he owes me a favor.
Well, all of us are already indebted to you one favor. Don't want to keep asking too much of your goodwill.
This would be no problem. Best to get it off the books.
I appreciate it. That's all I have for you for right now. It's probably best for me to get back to the rest of my group and share the news with them.
She nods at you, and you see her wince slightly as she turns. Stay safe, Marsland.
Thank you. And this means so much. I'll go towards the book.
She nods and then just disappears in a swirling flash. You open the book and disappear, and you're back into the main academy. The rest of you, did you wait for Marsland or did you leave?
I'm pretty sure we went back to the house.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were leaving.
I thought
All right.
we were going to talk to Drisk to see how he's coming with the
We
cure
don't-
first.
We
not?
already had. We had already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, we did that on our way in. And then we caught you on the way out.
Okay, fair enough.
Right.
To be
So
ready by
Marsland-
tomorrow night. And the child of the Lord Shadowspark has maybe a day left. For those of you who don't remember last time.
What good memory you have.
It's almost like there's notes I was looking at.
Right.
So Marslin, you walk out and there's nobody beside the standard patrons of the academy.
What time of day is it again?
It was morning when you got there,
Morning.
so I would say
Yeah.
it's about noontime at this point.
Okay. I'll spend a couple minutes looking around, seeing if I can, asking people that are just mulling about if they've seen a very eclectic group of adventurers. And after a bit, I'll assume they've either gone shopping or gone home, and I'll head to the house.
They mentioned that the large construct left a bit ago, along with their companions.
And I'll head out.
Okay. All right. The rest of you arrive back at the home. What would you like to do from here?
Disable the alarms so we don't throw everything.
No shit.
You step in and disable the alarm.
So does she actively re-enable it
Oh,
every time?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking her not to re-enable it during the day when we're all here. At night is fine.
But somebody might come in. They might try to sneak. They like to sneak and they'll get in your bed and wait for you. And while you sleep, they give you a smile with a dagger.
I mean, how concerned are you about that actually happening here, Crow?
It could happen.
Her
Has
eyes
it
get
happened?
real big.
Has happened in the past to you?
Sometimes in old Smyrna they sleep. They wander down to Crow's place and sleep. And then Crow helps them sleep forever.
I'm gonna turn to Rift and be like, well, I thought she was more harmless than this. Now I'm only 80% sure. Hopefully, Rift, you don't get on her bad side.
Master Oz approves, and thus I approve.
Yeah. From there, it's probably lunchtime.
Yeah.
Who actively goes and feeds the horses? I'm gonna go feed the horses.
Okay. I don't think anyone has given one of your compatriots that stays in the home the task of doing so.
It's gonna become a task now.
Yeah.
But I'll do it for now.
I will go up and discuss with Bren what needs to happen with the smithy upstairs. And I'll spend the rest of my time with her, at least this day, going around wherever she needs to go. So we can handle that anyway.
Okay. After you get done taking care of that, the horses, Gwenton, Marslin comes stepping in. Marslin, Justine, what are you doing during all this?
Probably just sitting at the desk in my room with both pieces of the sword that I have, just hands on my head, rocking back and forth, being like, how have I made 3 freaking deals in a month?
Fair enough.
I went 4 years on the city guard with no action whatsoever, and now I'm indebted to a freaking fire genie, an academy, and I have a deity. Great.
All within 3 weeks.
Right, yeah.
Impressive.
It is impressive.
I've got no more soul to give.
So yeah, he's having a little bit of an existential crisis at 19 years old, just like chilling in his room, you know.
Fair enough. I know who does that. You can try to hide your smile all you want, Marsland.
Why do you blame me? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're blaming me for.
So Marsland, you walk in the home. Rift is just kind of standing there because Rift doesn't know what to do with himself. He's just standing in the front foyer.
Are you good? You look uncomfortable just standing there.
Honestly, I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing now. I'm rather lost, Master Marsland. My master is gone. I'm in a strange place, and I don't know anything about my past.
You're in a strange place. Yet, do you know, is any place not strange to you?
Error 404, page not found.
It's an infinite loop.
To be fair, I was thinking you manifested in a cave with 5 strangers around you, but the house is the weird thing.
Yeah. Well, this place is a bit of a fixer-upper. I guess whatever you could do to make sure this place is spick and span and nice and clean, that would be always appreciated.
Leave. I can do that.
Ah, thank you.
Where's the broom?
Do you... I assumed that you had some magical capabilities, since you just apparated out of nowhere. Is that not the case?
So you're saying you don't have a broom?
Is anybody home? Do we have a broom?
May I borrow a robe?
A robe?
Robe. Do you have some clothes?
What are you going to do with my clothes?
You want me to sweep? I will sweep.
Here, Lamar might know there's a broom, considering he's on.
Lamar comes out. Yes, I did hear a request for a broom, and this place has need a broom for quite some time. Here you go, and hands you a broom.
I will commence sweeping.
I appreciate it, Rift.
Please, let me know if I can be of service.
Also, I feel like I should specify, because I'm not certain with you, but the sweeping, the goal of that is to get the debris outside of here, not to just move it around.
Master Marsland, I am not an idiot, but thank you for your direction.
Just checking. Don't mean to be insulting.
Now, if you will, please step out of the way. There's some dirt underneath you.
I'll clank my boots together to knock any additional bit of dirt off and then step out of his way.
Coming from the one guy who can cast prestidigitation.
Just trying to make him feel important, okay?
Gwenton, you come back inside and see Rift just sweeping while Lomar and Marsland are just watching. You hear fretting from the back room, and sounds like Justinian's talking to himself, and then you hear a bunch of banging coming from the the forge upstairs.
It's the House of Loonies.
I leave for 10 minutes to feed the horses, and you all lost it. Riff, you don't have to clean, like these two, I'm going to point to Lomar and Marsden. Like, most likely, both of them can use prestidigitation and clean up magically. I don't know about Lomar, but...
That's terribly time-consuming, and it takes a lot of effort to go and take this spot and clean it, and then go to this spot and clean it, and then go to this spot and clean it.
It takes more effort than to sweep like Rift is.
All right, so I'm gonna flip the broom up so it's the bristle part up. I'm gonna put the other piece down in the ground. What do you want me to do? If I stand over there, you feel awkward. If I sweep, you question it.
Actually, how are you with woodworking?
I don't know.
I think we have some tools laying around in the house. I was thinking about this. I like to keep our best specimens in my private library, but we have a lot of empty wall space in this entryway here. Could you build some nice shelves, maybe a nice bookcase here for us to store anything we collect on our journeys and additional books?
Do you wish for me to build a bookcase?
Yes.
Rift, what would you like to do? You don't have to do what everyone else wants you to do. You are your own elf. Freedom.
I want to get Master Oz back.
Yeah, we are working on that. And now that we're back on that subject, Marzen, you tell Drusilla that we're going to take her up on her deal to find Oz's soul. And do you have anything for us for Newswise?
Oh, I'd actually, now that you bring it up, have quite a bit to share on that topic.
Did we get everyone together first?
You read my mind. I'd rather not have to say it more than once.
Okay, we'll meet you in the kitchen. And I'm going to go upstairs where the pounding is coming from, because I'm assuming that is Bryn and Bishop doing something.
The kitchen of our house.
Permission to speak freely, Master Marsland.
Why did you say it that way? But yes.
Why haven't you revealed this information to us earlier, rather than talk about sweeping?
You asked for permission, but that didn't wait for the permission to be... I don't want you to ask permission, but you didn't wait for the permission to be granted.
You didn't give permission, so thus I took it.
You waited 3 seconds. I have just discovered this information myself, Rift.
Fair enough. And then I'll pick up the butt of the broom and put it back down on the ground. It's awaiting revelation.
You are welcome to come to the kitchen with us.
Thank you. And I'll march into the kitchen.
You can stand down, sir. Okay, so who we have? It's just Quentin, myself, and Rift right now.
It's you, Lamar, and Rift. Went upstairs to go get Bishop and Bren. Mostly just Bishop. And somebody might want to get the guy who's going crazy about the sword piece.
It's not about the sword piece. It's about the fact that I've had to make 3 epic deals in the last month. So it's like, here's a bit of your soul over here. Here's a bit over here. Oh, by the way, here's
wait.
over here.
You're making Horcruxes.
Wait till you meet Ishtab.
Lomar, is Justinian in the house?
I did hear fretting, crying, a mixture of both coming from the room. Yeah, I think he's in the room.
That doesn't sound good. I'm going to go check on him.
It was a lot of mumbling. Maybe he was reading a book to himself.
Is he alone?
Yes.
Strange. Okay. I will go see if he's okay. I'll head off towards him.
Okay. Quentin, you arrive upstairs and you can see Bryn, like she's like got this string of tape that she's wrapping around Bishop, and she's writing notes down, and she's got sketches laid out, goggles on. What is it you need?
Sorry to interrupt you taking measurements of Bishop. Marzen's back with some news from Drusilla about Oz. You're welcome to come down too, but I mostly need Bishop.
This is awkward.
Are you like half naked or something? I didn't know parts
Chest
came off of you.
Fully open.
You do. I've opened up my chest in front of you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I've seen that.
There's a sizable section of his sphere that's like laying off to the side.
Okay. Then I like to add in when you're done. And Bishop is reassembled.
Go ahead. Go. Bishop, you're fine. I've got a lot to do before you're ready.
Without putting myself back together, I will head downstairs.
We're gonna make Justinian probably freak out a little bit with this, but oh
well. All right, so you come downstairs. Marslin, you opening the door to Justinian's room?
Yep. Well, I'm gonna knock first.
Okay.
Everything okay in there?
Yeah, I'm fine. Well, go ahead and come on in.
I'll open the door.
You just see the two pieces of the sword like laid out, and I'm like this, just rocking in my chair.
You don't look okay.
I'm just making a deal with the fire entity to get the sword, the piece of the sword for Ferrandis, and then we come back here and we immediately have to make a deal for Oz, and so now I'm indebted to 3 people that may pull me in 3 different directions. It's just a lot. It's a lot.
These choices were all made under your own free will, correct?
So the first time, no, I didn't realize I was making a deal. The second deal was to honor the first deal in finding the sword, and now the third deal is to try to help out Oz because, he could have just let me sit behind and die of, Mirren's kiss. So, I mean, I guess yes to 2 of them. 2 of them I could have said no to, but I would have been breaking my vow to the first one, and I didn't even realize I was making a vow in the first one. So, and he just smiles real big and gets big eyes, and he's like, "I'm fine.
Everything's okay."
That does sound complicated. If you were aware that you were making the first deal, then I think I would have felt differently. And I mean, you knew what you got yourself into. What is there to be confused about and conflicted? But I guess if you didn't know you were making the deal at first, then yeah, I don't know how I would process that. Fascinating. It's been a while since I've had a thought experiment such as that. Anyway, you say that you are okay, so I will take your word for that. Do you want to come to the kitchen and talk with the rest of us? I have some important news to share.
Okay. And he gets up and he starts walking, and then the sword is just gonna do the slow, like Mjolnir, like follow behind as I'm walking.
Just the hilt.
Very cool trick.
Yeah, just the hilt.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you all walk out into the main room as Gwenton and Bishop come down the stairs. Bishop, describe what they're seeing. What is under the plating?
So you see tubes just kind of wrapping around, and now that there's a piece missing, just draping down with like a blue and green mixture fluid going through it. And in the center is a spherical core that just illuminates and pulses.
And Justinian, you've had this belief that there's a guy inside.
Yep,
Since
like
the
a
beginning.
gnome or a halfling piloting Bishop around. Yep.
So, let's, why don't you roll, an intelligence check right now?
15.
Okay. You're not losing your mind, but like you're having what you just like were dealing with, what you were thinking in your room. You walk out now and see this, and you're putting 2 and 2 together. You're a bit frazzled at what you're seeing.
Disclaimer: losing of your soul in this group is not our fault.
Wow. That there's nobody in there. That's your insides.
Yes, this is me.
Okay, and I just go and grab a cup of coffee and like start pouring it.
We'll tell you the story of what we found out in old Smyrna or in Smyrna when we have a second. It might shed some light on Bishop's entire existence for you.
It really makes me angry about all the things that Colton said to you now.
Now you see why he was angry.
What sort of planar hell have I been summoned to?
I believe this
I'm
is
looking
called...
at Bishop.
Is this Rift losing his mind?
Yes, this is Rift losing his mind.
Promise
Hey,
you, Rift, you're not in
do
hell
not
yet.
Understand why people are so confused.
Well, Bishop, have you ever tried to take apart any one of us and determined that there's none of that inside of us?
I would, Rift. I don't think you actually want the answer to that question. For now, let's focus on Oz and whatever information Marzin has for us.
Processing.
Everyone
ready
just
for the news?
staring at Marsland.
Just a cup of coffee, and I'm staring over it directly at Marsland.
Just in with a blank face.
We're waiting.
I will share the news then. So when I went back to talk with Drusilla, I shared with her that everybody was on board with the plan to make the deal for us. Well, she did her little trick, and she was able to, not super precisely, but pretty closely find where Oz's soul is. It's outside of Dearney, in a region called the Cold Snap Mountain. She said something about Oz's soul or spirit being attached to a statue of Loth. And I don't know exactly what that means, but at least I
Does
would
that
imagine...
name
Yeah. Does that
sound
ring
familiar?
any bells for anybody?
Whoever wants to know, roll a. This would be religion.
Is it a religious thing that I could roll at disadvantage? So it would make a difference.
Let me see. I don't know.
Wait, do you have disadvantage on religion?
I might
He's a
as
bad
well.
cleric.
I don't actually have it, but
Yeah, we'll do religion for that. That makes. So anybody who wants to know, roll religion check.
13.
13.
Hey!
16.
11.
Still rolling.
Plot twist. Rift is a disciple of Loth.
Still rolling.
We didn't notice
17.
we didn't notice he was
Okay.
a drow kind of elf.
So-
right?
I would say Justinian, Gwenton, and Marsland. Bishop,
Fail.
did you roll?
He got
I got
16.
16.
Okay. You other three, you've heard the name, but you don't really know anything about it.
So, what's the status quo for Quentin?
Yeah, for religion. Yeah.
I think that was in one of my tests before, but
It definitely would have been
I think it
one
was
of his
the lost.
tests. Rift and Bishop, funny enough. You know that Loth is the goddess known as the Queen of Spiders, and that she is worshipped by several. And that she tends to more evil inclinations, and her symbol is the symbol of a spider. So you can ascertain that Oz is probably in some form of spider statue.
I will relay that information.
Okay. Rift, you don't know why you know that.
Why am I smart?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming Rift has a somewhat of an understanding of deities. I would assume. I don't know. Is he just a blank slate? I mean,
Whatever you want to form him as.
okay.
All level 20s.
Yeah. I seem to remember Loth as a spider deity.
So you're saying, as we see a spider, are being watched.
What I am saying is if we see a statue of a spider, then maybe we found Master Oz.
Master Oz's soul.
Did she say how we extract the soul out of the spider to get it back into the Oz?
That's an excellent question. Would I
So,
have...
no.
DM, in any of my studies with my mother, would I have heard of maybe freeing a soul from an object or something like that?
Not in this case. Yeah, because just from the nature of the cards, like a soul getting moved somewhere else is not normal.
Right, like maybe I've heard of lichdom, how liches do it, but not like this. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yep.
Well, I suppose we'll have a chance to ask her again tomorrow when we go back to get the cure. But that also leaves that if... I know where Dearney's at, right?
We all do.
Yeah, I would say you all do.
Okay.
Would you like to see it on the map?
It's about here, and we're about here.
A little bit more to the side, but yes.
Because is there a forest path, or is it ship only?
Dearney is an island.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking Yargosh. That's what I'm thinking of visually on the map. Okay. So we'll need to take a boat to get there. But we still need to...
Now, I know what everybody is probably... Well, probably everybody has thoughts on this, but we could ask Colton.
Well, we need to talk to Colton anyway, because he has, Oz's body.
Yes.
Quentin, do you think that maybe given the fact that Bishop is not allowed anywhere near that ship anymore, and Marsland sometimes has troubles with getting his point across, maybe it would be best for you and I to go have a conversation with Colton?
Yes, I actually had something else. Go ahead.
Now is probably an important time for me to mention this. Drusilla made it known that Colton owes her a favor, and that Drusilla wouldn't mind calling in that favor if we so needed it for this journey.
I would like to see the smugness on his face when he is told to do what I tell him to do.
I think we just got the green light from Bishop for this.
Yeah,
Like, please tell me, like, his orb just
just
glowed
starts
a
Care
little
Bear glowing.
Yeah.
Whatever
fluid
you
just
like
gets-
to do.
The fluid just gets a little brighter. Tints of red.
Bishop's having happy thoughts.
just as Bishop says that and we all get our little chuckle, I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion of Colton's face in my hand and just have him scowl at Bishop, just like real pissed off, just to give Bishop that extra like, yes.
Bishop punches it.
So if we
What
are
an
all in
asshole.
agreement to use her favor to get Colton to give us right there, that still brings in a question of how are we going to continue journeying with Oz versus just he's going to get us from point A to B. We're going to possibly find out how to get Oz's soul out, and he's just going to leave us there, depending on how the favor is worded with Drusilla.
Perhaps we pay careful attention to the phrasing of that favor and don't say just a simple journey, but maybe include more about Oz's future in that favor.
Did Drusilla say that she would have to perform anything on finding the soul? As in bringing him back to the academy?
I was too excited that she found his soul to ponder the actual claiming of the soul.
I hand him a notebook.
You should pull his notebook out and like use it. So that is another question that we will have to go over with Priscilla about this. And again, on top of the many situations we're in, we also have to make sure that it's after the three of us plus Oz get the cure. We'll have to make sure Lord Shadowstone secures his own way to get back to Governor's Den once his kid makes a recovery. So we have at least a couple days before anything's going to happen.
I was holding off on this until his daughter receives the cure. But it is something that maybe Quentin and I should bring up about the past, the war. We know it was not the way stories tell it to be.
I agree. I would definitely second your opinion. That should be after he has the full good news of his daughter recovering.
I agree. That's why I said after.
Yeah, I just
it before he goes back. It's something that probably needs to be addressed.
no arguments there.
Now, Gwenton, you said what we're going to do about Oz after we free his soul. Are we not going to allow Colton to claim Oz after we
So
do this?
the wording of that, I don't think we could stop Colton, to be completely honest with you. When he has a ship full of Frostweavers who took you down in, what was it, like 10 seconds?
No, it was 18. And
20 seconds.
Right.
I think it'd be best, as Marzin mentioned, to talk to Colton about allowing, because Oz made it very clear he was going to uphold his end of the bargain, right? He's like, I'm not
Yes.
going to try to break it.
Did you guys tell me about this letter? I don't remember. I don't, because I wasn't there when you guys read it.
Oh, you weren't.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, because I got out in the morning and no. I did tell you
Gwynton,
when I ran into you.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the two of you have not said what you heard that neither Marslin, Rift, or I know about.
Yep.
Okay.
But
so, yes, you do know everything.
about the ladder.
Yep.
Okay. So Oz made it very clear in the letter that he was not going to. Well, he was going to uphold his end of the deal. So I'm thinking, as Marsden mentioned, we reach out to Frost about allowing Oz to journey with us to continue harnessing his rage and to become stronger, because I'm pretty sure half of what Frost wants is for Oz to be strong. He could be stronger in several senses, traveling with us versus just training with Frost for however long Frost was to train with them.
But he also mentioned trying to find more information on Colton's end if he went with Colton. More evidence
about who he was and who about his past.
Yeah.
And you're right on that. It's hard to try to make decisions for Oz when Oz is currently in a spider.
Giggity.
What?
Nope. This probably is something we should discuss with Oz after we've reclaimed
his soul. I would agree. There's some things I think I can hold as a bargaining chip. But I'm not going to speak on it now. We'll just have to take everything one step at a time, because we all know that the only way the deal is either going to be their deal is either going to end in the completion or a bunch of people are dying. And I would prefer to not have a bunch of people die, because let's face it, it's either going to be a bunch of us dying, which I don't want to see, or it's going to be a bunch of Frost Weavers dying, which they might not have done anything to deserve death. They're literally just doing as they're told.
And once we figure out what kind of power Drusilla has over Colton, it could change our discussion greatly.
It could. Her favor that he owes her could highly outweigh a lot of stuff.
What if we try to convince him first, use our ability to talk to convince him to take us to get Oz's soul and come back, and we use Drusilla's favor to get Oz to stay?
That would be a possibility.
What do you guys think of that?
I do not have any faith as to him giving any inkling of care of what we have to say.
Yes, but we've got a piece of the puzzle that he doesn't, and that's where Oz's soul is.
That you know of?
It also comes back to once he gets the soul, or once we get the soul, him leaving us.
Right.
Just devil's advocate. From what I've seen, he doesn't give a rat's ass about us. Or what we have to say.
Couldn't care less.
You don't think he'll even honor his word if we get his word to take us there and bring us back?
I do not.
I think he might find any loophole out of it.
But Marsden's also is right there too, is he would honor it until it no longer benefited him in any way, shape, or form. Unless
who's to say he doesn't kill us afterwards and say that we perished there. It's not like Drusilla would know.
He really strikes me as a person that honors his word. Don't get me wrong, I think he's a bastard, but I think he's at least an honest bastard.
You have more faith in him than I do.
Fair.
So, outside of character, I do think every interaction Gwenton's had with him, he has honored his end of the bargain.
He absolutely has with Justinian as well.
So, like, I could see Justinian's point of view.
That's fine. I just know how he's treated Bishop. So
Yeah, no,
Right,
I know.
go
You're
on,
good. Yeah, so I do agree with Justinian on that. He has seemed to honor everything. And I think I still owe him for that alcohol. I'm sure he hasn't forgotten that.
Well, once we're done talking, I am going to go to the Frost Reaver ship to let him know that the cure should be done by tomorrow night. That's all I'm going to say tonight is just that.
I think for now, we shared all we could. I'm sure Ren wants to finish up doing whatever she's doing to Bishop.
Right.
yes,
Marsden always has a book he wants to read, so. And then Rift can relax and don't just take orders from everybody.
Quentin, I'm just trying to find my place in this hell that I've been summoned to.
I don't consider
Looking
this a
over
hell.
at Bishop again.
Okay.
Oh,
Just because you don't understand what you are seeing does not make it necessarily bad. I could say the same for you, just appearing out of nowhere.
Do you know where you were before you showed up to us, Rift?
My memory before being summoned is blank. I get snippets here and there, like when you mentioned law. But that is all.
Well, I am off to go talk to the King of the Frost Reavers.
I'm sure
Just
he'd enjoy you calling him
Be
that.
careful.
I will.
I'm going to go back up with Bishop to talk to Bren for a second.
Okay. So Justin
Can I-
leaves. You go upstairs.
May I see the letter?
Of course. And wherever Justinian and Marsden left it. Because I just remember getting
It's a piece of paper. I assume that Justinian handed it back to Marcelin
That would make
after
sense.
seeing the paper bird incident with him and Crow. I imagine I just gently handed it back to Marcelin.
I'll dig it out.
May I keep this?
As long as you don't destroy it.
Why would I destroy it?
I don't know. I'm still unsure
It is
exactly
the only.
what your allegiance is.
My allegiance is to Oz.
Yes. Trying to figure out exactly how far that will go. Anyway.
It's going to become a family heirloom.
I'll hand it over.
Thank you. Then I'll read it. And I'll just go sit in a chair, and then I'll read it to myself.
All right. Marsden, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go back to the study and just read.
Okay. So Justinian, you're traveling. Gwynton, you get up there with Bishop. Bishop, you settle back in where you were. Bryn has the forges burning hot. It's actually kind of slightly smoky in the room, and it's noticeably warmer up there as she works some metal.
Hey, Bren, quick question. Would you have any use for this? And I'll pull out my old chainmail.
I think so. Be something I could use, yeah.
Yeah, if you can use it, here it's all yours. If not, I was just gonna go to another blacksmith and see if he wanted to buy it from me.
Sure, I'll take it.
Wait, I'll give it to her. Yay! If I ever take it out again, I can wash it.
She immediately grabs it and starts like prying the links and separating the links between all of it.
Little tear. It treated me so well.
Is that your starting armor? Was that your starting armor?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this junk he gave me.
It's a little smaller than I'm used to.
There's so much blood on this. What have you been doing? Dying in it?
Why does it have so many holes?
Well, I have a lot of holes.
I do a lot of my time on my back.
Whoa. Okay, and then after that, I will go to my room.
Okay. As you're leaving that area, you just hear her say, "Yeah, let's get that other half off." And then you just hear banging. Justinian, you walk all the way down to the docks. It's starting to get into evening now. It's quite a walk down that way. You can see that Colton and his Frost Reavers, they're just stationed up on the ship itself. There's torches burning, illuminating the area.
Do the Frost Reavers stop me at all as I try to walk up the gangplank? Yep.
Oh, yeah. No further. You have no business here. Not anymore.
I have an update on the cure for Oz that I wanted to give to Colton.
He motions back to another Frost Reaver, and they run off. A few moments later, Colton strides up, almost gliding across the deck. I didn't think I'd see you again.
Well, you gave us your word that you were going to stay until we got the cure for Oz. And I wanted to let you know that the Academy is hoping to have it finished by the end of tomorrow night.
Be sure to bring Oz's portion to me.
Absolutely, that was the agreement.
Then it is done.
Thank you again, and I extend out my hand to him.
Yes, and he just turns and walks back.
Really? No handshake this time? You gave me one last time. Wow.
He says nothing.
Fair enough. I am going to walk the streets a little bit during the evening. Before I head home, I'll kind of, zig around the parts of the city that I haven't seen before, but kind of keeping an idea of my direction to get home.
Yeah, you see a lot of people heading to various taverns and things in the area. The crowds have died down to a respectable level. Still, people are fairly pleasant. On occasion, you see a few more shadier characters kind of keep an eye on you from the shadows, but none make any advancements toward you or seem to be following you in any capacity. But it does take you a bit longer, so it's well into late evening by the time you get back to the home. You're just stepping inside?
Yep. I try to keep the alarm from going off just in case Crow did not follow Quentin's instruction.
as you reach for it, you notice it's more taut than normal, and you kind of look up and like attached to the wall, you see Crow like she's in the process of hooking it back up.
Hello, Crow.
It's this one with the horns. Where's your horns?
Oh, they're still up because right now I've got them wrapped to look like a headband. I didn't cast disguise self. I've just been using my makeup, so she would see the horns. They just.
Do you take those and shove them into the flesh of others?
Nope, that's what this is for. And I pat on the dwarven longsword.
Missed opportunities, I think. Step inside. I'm finishing the alarm for the evening.
I'll pretend to be startled a little bit, and I'll be like, "You are a fine protector, Crow."
Yes.
And step inside.
Yes, I am. Crow keeps things safe until Oz returns.
Do I think that she could sneak onto that ship and kill a Frost Reaver or two?
I haven't been around her a lot, but you know she's
I know the first
fairly-
time, like, she stealthed in on me. Like,
Yeah,
I totally missed her stealthing in on me, so.
Yeah, she's quiet.
I will walk up to Bren/Bishop's room and knock on the door.
Busy.
Oh, sorry. Just wanted to let Bishop know I was back from talking to Colton.
She cracks the doors open, and she's got like her face is covered in soot, and she's got goggles on, and she's like wiping the goggles off. And did you bring me a sandwich?
No, do you need me to go make you one?
Yes.
Okay, you got
Sandwich.
it. Yep, you got
No
it.
tomatoes.
Does Bishop
She
want
closed
one
the door.
too? So before I go make her sandwich, I'll make the rounds to Gwenton, and then Marslin, and then Rift. Since I'm assuming that we're going to be taking Rift with us.
Okay.
So,
What are the rest
Gwenton
of you
first.
doing during this? Just resting.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
working on me. I'm in rest mode.
All right. So after you deliver the sandwich, anything else you want to do before nighttime?
Just like I said, tell Gwenton and Marslin that
Okay.
I'm back and that Colton's still a dick.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
How'd you hear that?
All right.
Bishop's just hooked up to a PA system in the house. He can talk in whatever room he wants when he's in rest mode. Yep, so I'll make her a sandwich and then take it back up, knock on the door, and then set it down on the floor and walk away.
She takes it and just shoves it in her mouth and walks off with just the sandwich hanging out of her mouth. And closes the door. You just hear hammer just. Unless there's anything else anyone wants to do. Nighttime.
I would like to try to teach Crow magic if I could.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
dangerous choice.
Okay. What would you like to attempt to teach her?
I'd like to try to teach her minor illusion.
Okay. All right. So give me an intelligence check, and she will do an intelligence check.
Eight.
She
Bro, stop
She's-
eating the illusions.
she's just staring at you. She no clue what's going on. No grasp.
Okay.
It's actually pretty frustrating to work at it, and like the more time you spend with her, the more uneasy you feel just being around her in general. Like everything she does, she seems very almost arachnid and undead, and you're not sure which of these things she actually is. She's just generally unsettling.
So like when I hand her the piece of fleece to use as the casting component, she like just shoves it in her mouth and starts chewing on it.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
I'll be like, all right, yeah, you can keep that one. That one's for you.
It doesn't taste very good.
No, it doesn't, but it's high in fiber.
Has it been in your pocket?
Yes.
What's it got in its pocket?
I'll pull out, oh no, all my sweets are gone. Piece of beef jerky, and hand that to her.
She eats it.
And then I'll just go to my room and call it a night.
All right. Night passes. Uneventful. You all begin to wake up. Rift, you open your eyes, and above you, you just see this shadow.
Ah! What? What is this? We're under attack!
And as your eyes focus in, you see the large, bulbous black eyes of Crow clinging to the wall above you. Her
Crow.
head kind of turning almost 180 from normal.
You're not Oz.
No, I am not Oz.
Smell like Oz.
Well,
Hair like Oz.
He's racist.
But I'm not Oz.
She gets closer to you. And this almost unnaturally long tongue comes out, and just from chin to forehead just licks the side of your face.
Almost tastes like Oz, yes, almost does.
I am in hell. I am in hell right now. This is hell. Master Oz has summoned me to hell, and then he left us. Okay.
He leaves us from time to time, but he always comes back to save us. He does.
Tell me more about Oz.
1 second. All right. The clouds darken and crackle over the horizon as the god's rebuke has been redeemed. A random character gains disadvantage on their next save, attack, or ability check. This cannot be a death saving throw. It's a random, so we have 2, 3, 4.
Random
5.
means Quentin.
You right?
Yes. So, hold on. Let me look at my screen again. Marsden year 1, Gwitten 2, Justinian 3, Bishop 4.
So are you also including like Lamar and
No.
Bren and Crow?
It is Rift.
Nice.
Did roll a 5. So, Rift has disadvantage.
On just whatever his next roll is, right?
Ability check, save, attack. Yeah.
Quick, let's do another history check.
Bro.
I rolled a 18 for the day, so I cannot cast.
I rolled a 65.
Oh,
You're good.
we should do that.
I feel fine.
Join the club.
Rolled a 24.
Yeah, you've got full effects.
All of us, or just those
Nope,
two?
just those two.
Oh, I feel great.
Well, I can't. I think this is the first time I've actually failed. I can't cast at all.
Let me look.
You just have like disadvantage or something at casting. Wait, this might be worse. This might be worse than what I got.
We got worse since the last time one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
failed.
you have disadvantage on ability checks and concentration checks, and your cough DC is higher.
So we can still cast. Maybe.
Maybe.
All right.
Oz is, he's the greatest, he's the savior. He likes to take us out of the old place and away from the Ogobogo and keep us safe.
He rescues orphans down here in Old Smyrna.
He saved us from the giant ball of light that rises every day to harm us.
Who is us? Is there more of you around?
No, just us. Just us it is, yes. And me, and you, and me, all of us together.
I understand. So he saved you from a great ball of light.
Yes, it burns now outside your window. It will burn your eyes. It'll make you blind.
Do you mean the sun?
I think that's what he calls it.
I think you must mean the sun. Okay. Well.
The rest of you awaken, and I'm guessing you're going to meet in the front for breakfast time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There we are. Okay.
As you all meet, you hear Bishop coming down the stairs, but he's significantly more shiny than normal. Looks like he almost got a fresh rework on his outside. It's got a kind of a silverish blue hue to it.
Brand new chassis, motherfuckers.
Similar to Gwynton's new armor.
Very similar to that, yeah.
Wow, it's amazing.
Bren did a damn good job.
They have
only
no complaints.
Wow, that was a good polish job she did on you last night.
She leans over and she's got a bottle of some kind of alcohol in her hand. Sure did. Time to celebrate.
Down the hatch.
Now, I'll text you. Never mind.
Yep. It's just a custom edit.
Okay.
After we eat, I'm gonna go take care of the horses, and Bug. Really, I figure out somebody who's gonna take care of the horses. Maybe Lamar, because he never comes out of his.
I do not mind.
bookcase.
They are gentle creatures. I can take care of them.
If you don't mind, that'd be help. I don't know.
I bet I could read them stories. They would probably enjoy them.
Are we all out there?
Yeah.
By out there, do you mean the kitchen or the horses?
No, just in the main entry area. That's kind of where you guys gather for stuff
Okay.
like this.
We're all just standing in our door frames.
Just yelling at each other. Justinian, are you still crying about your swords?
No, I just commented on how shiny Bishop is.
I know. But yeah, no. So even after that, I'll still go take care of the horses.
Lomar will go with you.
I mean, he's smart. Don't gotta show him anything.
You just want to see how you do it.
Probably with lots of failures.
And then he'll improve on it.
Yes.
Right.
Master Quentin, may I join you?
Sure, Rift, if that's what you want to do.
It is what I want to do. And I'll march over there with him.
You can get the water while Lamar and I get the hay and feed.
Water. Understood.
Do we have a well? How do we get the water?
Indoor plumbing.
Yeah. He just brings over a hose. We're living it up here, boys. But yeah, once that's done, I was gonna go back and I have an errand to go do, which Justinian, you might want to come with me on that because I was gonna go get more medical supplies. And if I remember right, you didn't have any on our last trip. Would
Sure.
like you be a little more well prepared this time.
Yeah, you got it.
Are you discussing that outside or inside?
Inside. I was gonna let
Okay.
everyone know.
I will hand you over 100 gold. For supplies.
Is there something specific you need us to get? Because I have a small chunk for anything I need.
If you're getting herb kits or healer's kits, I could use at least one more.
Okay. Oh.
Good thing I don't need that.
I'll holler down to Marsden to see if he needs anything from like herbs or anything else he might use to magic stuff with. I also need to go visit a bank with the 30 chunks of gold I keep forgetting about.
I am all set, Quentin. Thank you.
Okay. Rick, if you want to stay here and do something, or if you want to come see the town, you're more welcome to come with us. We have at least, more than half the day before Drisk said he would be done with the cure.
Yes. Yes, I will join you.
Look at me making my own decisions.
But see, the real test is going to be, I mean, just hand rip some bread and see what happens.
Are you handing me some bread?
I don't have any bread to hand you.
Oh, okay.
But I'll, if Justinian, whenever you're ready, we can head off.
I'm following you, sir.
Okay, and I'll take off towards. Oh, there's two in town, right?
So we can handle any store purchases and
Off. Gotcha.
that stuff.
Okay.
Yep. Just to
So
keep things moving.
yeah, after we go do that, we'll. About how long do you think that would take?
It's gonna take a good portion of the day. You gotta get all the way down there, hit everything.
Okay, so we'll do that. Go back up. Unless we're closer to the academy. If we're
You
closer
would
to
be
the
because you're gonna be down that way.
okay. I'm going to use sending. Let me roll. See how bad this goes. 34. Wait, so dumb question. Do I still have to roll for every verbal check if I succeeded on the first check for the day?
Yep.
Okay.
And that would be a failure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have a coughing fit, and I'll try again. And that's gonna be a 66.
That succeed.
Cool. So I'll just use sending to talk to Bishop saying, got the supplies, heading to the academy since we're right here. do you guys want to meet us there?
Okay.
You're on mute. Think.
I will let the remainder know.
And Gwynton, after failing the first time, you feel empowered on your next attempt, adding +5 to your roll.
Yes. The power. My lungs, they feel healthy.
Shortly. Yeah. All right. So is it Bishop? You guys you and Justinian headed down there, or whoever's with you, Marsland, I guess.
It's Bishop and Marsden stayed at the house.
Yep.
While Rift and Justinian came with me.
I will go knock on Marsland's door.
Go away, Crow.
I'm pretty sure my knock's a lot different than Crow's knock.
Crows, dink, dink, dink. Bishops.
I see hers is more like a scratching.
Crow doesn't
It would
knock.
be.
She just enters
I'm just a policeman. Boom, boom, boom.
from the ceiling.
They are making another trip to the academy.
Oh, when are we headed out? Sorry, I got lost in my studies here.
Now,
Now.
10 minutes ago.
Oh, thanks for the warning. Okay, we'll have to pick up where we left off later, Lomar. I'll close up my book.
Yes, yeah, I might go ahead and finish it, though.
as he reopens it.
Oh, you can fill me in on the details then when I get back.
But you'll definitely want to read it yourself to get all the details.
Of course, but it will only be better the second time after I've had
will.
the excitement of you explaining it to me the first time.
Bishop
I can't
turns around
wait
and
till
walks
the
away.
third time.
Oh, don't wait up. I'll go running out of the door after him.
All right. So you all, Gwynton and Justin, are you waiting for them to meet you down there before you go inside the academy?
Depends. Who's the guard?
Right.
It's daytime guards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll wait for them. Outside
douchey. Douchey nighttime guard.
I mean, I actually kind of like the douchey night guard.
All right, so they eventually come down there. It takes a while, but they come down and you're all together outside of the academy.
Do we want to visit Drisk first to see if he has the cure done, or we want to talk to Drusilla since we have some questions for her? I just don't want to interrupt Drisk if he might not be done yet.
Well, he did say evening, and it is not evening.
I hate time. Time is a construct. Okay, well, we shall go talk to Drusilla then.
I'm sure Drusilla will be excited to see us again.
As long as we're all together this time. Considering last time we met her in 5 different times and 2 people.
All right.
What?
Yes, Rift?
What was Oz's impression of this academy?
Well, he liked everything up until Drusilla said something, and then he got pissed off and left.
So Oz doesn't like the academy.
I wouldn't say that because he's been back here before with us. I think it's just something she said that about his past. Did we find out, or did only Bishop find out what was said that he left?
Bishop found out, and then Bishop told Gwynton.
Okay. I'll just say
Gwynton doesn't remember.
Okay, hang on. I remember here knowing it. I just didn't know if I knew it. I won't go too much into that. I'll just say something about his past You whispered to him, and then he left. And I'll just leave it at that. But I mean, he's been back since, and he hasn't been angry in here since.
So, understood. So Oz likes the academy. All right.
I would say Oz is maybe more neutral on the academy than Outright
Tolerates it. Mars in here gets his dick hard from the academy.
Do
Quentin.
donkeys have?
I do not appreciate you. How would you know? I have not noticed you touch me like that. I feel like I would have noticed that.
Is that a wand in your pocket?
Jiggle physics.
It's like exciting over everything.
It took me half a second to understand what you were referencing.
And then I'm just gonna walk in after that. Well, I'll show the thing and say Rift is my guess because he doesn't have one.
At this point, they've seen you plenty of times, so you all.
Sure. Have you ever seen a blue snake?
Blue one-eyed healer.
Oh my god.
Shout at Spitz.
It really devolved over the last couple weeks.
What happens when we don't get to let it out regularly
I know.
every week? It just builds.
Oh.
Marcin, do you have a piece of paper?
I have many pieces of paper.
How about something I can write with?
What would you like to do?
Like to write on a piece of paper.
Okay.
Give him the one that turns into a paper burst that flies away on him.
I am most certainly not doing that. That is far too valuable. I'll open up one of my lesser important notebooks and take out a page of it and one of my scrappy quills and hand it over.
All right.
What about ink?
It has enough ink to get some jottings down.
You write in your own blood.
Right. I'll just take it and I'll just start writing in it. Thank you.
Then he realizes
welcome.
he was never taught how to read and write. He just phased into existence.
And I'll hold up the piece of paper to Marcin. Can you read this?
Can I read it?
Whatever Oz wants to do.
It should be in common, or what I understand.
Oh, it
common.
is legible. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not just scrabblings.
Yeah.
What? I can read it. What am I reading?
Excellent. Nope, just some notes on Oz.
Oh,
Does the academy have like a writing class we could send him to?
Quentin, I don't. Marcin can read the writing, so obviously I can write.
Was this good? Like good writing or no? Like would
No,
Marcin have been impressed by Rift's ability?
Let's see.
Hey, we're making too big of an issue. Of
No,
an NPC playable.
No, this is where we need to spend time.
NPC.
It's legible. So yeah.
Very good, Rift. I wouldn't have expected as much.
I'm just trying to figure out what I can and cannot do.
Quentin's opening up the book to the desert, or the
Have we made it inside yet, or are we still in front of the garden?
We're inside. I walked in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted a piece of paper. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to divulge this.
I think we have 2 players of ADHD in our group right now.
So you see Gisela there, and she's speaking with someone, and you just catch the tail end. Take this to my quarters and lock it in the chest, and hands the person something, and they rush off up the stairs of the tower.
Do I get a glimpse of what she handed her?
No.
Damn.
You've returned.
Yeah, so I think the rest of my party's with me. Marslin told us the news that you were able to find Oz's soul, but he left out how we get the soul out of the statue.
I hope you're feeling better now, by the way.
Oh, you are here.
He She does seem better, but she still seems very, like, bags under her eyes, very kind of haggard and wore out. Thank you, Marslin. I do feel a bit better. As to your question, Marslin, you know the answer to this, don't you?
Do I?
Since you didn't ask before, we'll say no. You might want to spend more time in the academy familiarizing yourself with our library.
Gladly. Oh, specifically for this, yes.
Yes, maybe not now. But when a soul is captured by the Void card, the item where the soul is trapped must be broken. It is then that the soul should return to the body.
What do you mean, should?
In my years, I've never heard of anyone successfully finding the soul. But our books say otherwise.
Is this due to a lack of effort, or is it truly that remarkably difficult to find the soul itself?
It is quite difficult. And she looks at you with a puzzling look. If you remember, I truly believe the sickness may be altering your mind.
You said it was located on a statue of Loth, right?
In a statue of Loth.
In a statue of Loth. What am I missing?
My dear Marslin. More books.
I think what she's referring to, Marslin, is that a statue of Loth, which may or may not be in the shape of a spider, could be many, many, many statues. It's almost like trying to look for a copper in a haystack.
Or a copper in a pile of copper.
In my mind, I imagined this was a giant statue outside of an entrance of a city. It could be that this is just a small trinket in somebody's home.
It very well could be.
Are there any indicating signs that the statue has Oz's soul in it?
There is
any
not...
magic I can use?
It would show up as a magical aura of some sort, yes.
Any magical aura that, like, detect magic would be able to see? I'm like, kind of, because I think both Justinia and Marslin have that.
Yeah.
In theory.
So, the best of luck, we could use detect magic. In the worst of luck, we're going to get on another ban list for destroying a bunch of religious statues.
Doesn't sound like it'll be your first time.
Personally, haven't destroyed that many statues in the past.
But we have been on a ban list.
We've not technically our fault.
You refer to the Great Fire.
We just call it the incident.
Incident.
I don't believe the people of Perrin's Folly would agree.
The town
Yes.
survived.
I recently learned the locate object spell. If I got close enough and cast that, would I be able to tell specifically if it was the statue that possessed Oz's soul?
I feel like that's a question of whether or not you consider a soul an object or not.
Sense of Oz.
Well, no. If I'm specifically looking for, the statue of Loth that possesses a soul in it.
I would say no, because it says it can locate a specific object known to you, and you've never seen it.
Okay.
Because it says
Well,
as long as you've seen
Neither
it up
none of
close
us have
within-
either.
Right. As long as you've seen it up close within 30 feet at least once, and that would not be. So, no, it's a good idea.
So I am going to pop up with that is, what about locate creature?
Locate creature.
Because it says describe or name a creature that is familiar to you. You sense the direction of the creature's location as long as it's within 1,000 feet of you.
But is a creature...
I would say a soul is not a creature.
And again, Oz has not shown us that he's had a soul.
That is true.
I see your face, Beto.
Why does Riff look so offended by that statement?
That is his master you're talking about. He's gonna stab you like don't let
Pulls
him
out-
and Crow hear about
Pulls
this.
out his notes. Oz may not have a soul.
That's why Crow likes him.
Is there anything else I can assist you with?
There is another question we had. Marsden mentioned, and you've also mentioned to us before, that Colton owes you a favor. We are basically wondering how much of a favor of that is, if you could use your favor to basically make him allow Oz to keep adventuring with us until we're done with everything that's happening right now on these islands? Or is it not that much of a pool?
I believe that's more than one request. Well, that could be granted. Your attendance in his ship would not.
Okay, I am going to attempt to make a deal with him about using his ship. If he does it, we may need to call your help in with that.
As I spoke with Marsden, you can send a message, and I will be down there.
We appreciate that. Did we have anything else we need to talk to her about?
Back to Oz's soul. Is there anything special that we need to know about destroying the object that would contain it?
The books say to just destroy it.
Where might I find... What section of the Academy has further reading on the subject?
Library 3, bookcase 47, shelf 3,
Oh, gosh.
book number 114, on the
I'm gonna have to
nature
remember this.
of the deck of many things.
Can you read that off again? Or send it to me?
Nope. If you think that was written down, you crazy.
24, 36, 114.
So Marsden's great memory is going to know exactly what book to go to.
So
Well, he
Dino
goes to
doesn't
the
remember
library.
it, so he can't hold me accountable to it. Sick.
3, 24, 36, 114.
Or it could be like row 6, shelf 9, book 420.
Thank you. I will go investigate further.
Okay. So you just leave?
I imagine if
All
we're
leaving.
done, We could go see Drisk now.
Yeah, so Marza, you go off to find your book. That's no
Yeah.
big deal.
I'm gonna go do that.
Kirstein porn book.
It's not like the other shop you went to down in the drag. Those books are different.
Didn't like that place.
The rest of you head down to Drisk.
Well,
Okay.
I had to remember what my question was going to be for her.
Okay.
Did the card just randomly send his soul somewhere? Or is someone like would actively know where that soul is?
Not only is it random where the location, but it tends to put the soul under the protection of some sort of creature. And much like I told Marslin, that creature did not appreciate me prying as to the location.
Someone knows it's there. Okay. That helps, but does not help.
I'm sorry, as I was trying to get a better sense of my surroundings, they stopped it.
I'm not saying yours was not to help, just somebody knows. And that's all I had.
Okay. Marslin leaves to find his book. The rest of you head down to Drisk. You see a quite exhausted Drisk. If lizard folks' skin could droop noticeably, you see that now. Eyes bloodshot.
Do I have any spells that would like help with that? I think I would have like cure wounds and
Restoration, maybe greater restoration or lesser restoration.
I don't have that on equipped right now. I don't think.
Okay.
Haste. Cast haste on him.
Oh no, I do have that.
Great. That's like
I do have
magical
restoration.
crack.
It's always prepared.
Okay.
Hang on. D100. 98. Let's go.
You feel pretty good. +5.
Do I have to use that +5 on that one?
It says on your next roll. Yeah.
Ah, damn. I hit this so well. He better feel good from this one. I think it's only a level 2 anyways. Well, 2 or higher.
You see him just kind of stand straighter.
Thank you. I feel like I actually have slept in the last couple of days.
Oh no, I think we should be thanking you if that means you have the cure done.
And he turns and he holds, he has about 8 vials of the cure.
Just
Have you already
finished?
You, sir, are amazing. Have you already given one to Lord Shallowstone for his daughter?
I said I just finished.
And he sets them down over on a table and he takes one vial out.
Would you like to do the honors?
Like take one first or take one to Lord Shallowstone?
That is a choice for you to make.
I will grab 2 and go to Lord Shallowstone and say, this is the cure. If you want me to take it first to make sure it's fine, I will. Or if you want your daughter to have it first, here it is.
He sits beside his daughter. She looks up at you.
Daddy, is that one of the gods? Is that an angel?
She'll take it.
I'll give it to her then.
You kind of prop her head up and lightly open her mouth and pour the vial of liquid down. She struggles and kind of coughs some of it up, runs down the corner of her mouth and cheek. But where there was dimness in her eyes before, it doesn't take long before you see some light come back. She's not instantly healed by this, but you can tell there's a change.
I'll wipe the spillage off and be like, keep in mind, Lord Chow, so it's not an immediate effect. She's already looking better, but it will take probably a day before she's based on what we saw happen to the other one we've given this to in the past. It will take a day or so.
This one is not made from humans.
And Driss gives like the best form of a smile he can make as he looks at both of you.
Yeah, this one is having way better ingredients than the last one we discovered and promptly attempted to put an end to.
There's not something else in it that I should be concerned about, is there?
Not that I believe you need to be concerned about. The only thing that matters is that it cures her and she becomes healthy again.
She'll take the crawler bile down just fine.
And you see Lord Shallowstone, he's... What?
Don't pay too much mind to that. We
Don't
had to
be
make the ingredients.
Dick Drisk.
We had to make the ingredients based on what was used to make the disease.
Sorry. I need to rest. Tomorrow I'll start the distribution to the city.
So after that's taken care of, I'm like, Justin, Stinian, Marston, it's our turn.
I'm not there.
That's right, you're not. Marston's gonna die.
You better bring me that potion.
I'll take mine, and I'll make sure to grab another one for Marsland and one for Bishop. Bishop got that one for Oz.
Okay. You swallow down the liquid. It starts off kind of sweet, almost cherry, Jolly Rancher-ish kind of candy. And then it gets a strange, dry taste like powdered crickets in your mouth. Followed by this acidic kind of burn that just rests on your tongue for a bit.
Need that bottle Bryn had to wash us down and got chaser. Could have been worse.
Justinian, did you take it?
You muted.
You're muted.
He downed it. He downed it faster than I did.
Yeah. I downed it while he was walking back from handing it to the governor's daughter. I'm like, I said I wouldn't drink it till she got it.
He's just hovering his hand there, grabbing it.
It's like a quick draw.
Right.
She's got it.
So that's 1, 2, 3 vials of the 8 that you've used, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I took 2 more for Marsland and Oz. Now we need to go find Marsland. So anyone remember those random numbers she riddled off about the library?
Good luck.
3, 24, 36, 114.
You know what? Might be a little more efficient to get her to find him. Walk in and just say I'm burning this book and see who runs.
The whole academy's gonna
The
run
whole
through
academy.
Yeah, you'll come to us. We won't need to find you.
you. You'll never be allowed in again.
But yeah, okay. We'll go up and find.
We'll say
if
you
there's
got
nothing.
your book and you came back out looking for them and they're gone, but you're just reading your book, so you don't even care.
Wait, oh, so were you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're saying I finished reading and came back
No,
out?
you're,
No, you just brought the
have
book
the
with
book.
you.
You brought it with you. You're reading it.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the library books you can check out, apparently.
Yeah.
You can check books out?
Yeah, you are a member there.
Did you forget?
No, I thought I was
Man.
just still at like
Yeah,
slum
speaking of
level
which, who
member.
do I need to talk to get a library card?
But
Bap-
you all see him as you come out of the lower area.
I'll walk up like, here's your dose of the cure. It very sweet taste to it. That's all I'm gonna say.
You all have drink yours already.
Yes, Lord
Yep.
Shallowstone gave one to his daughter. She looked a little better immediately, but it's gonna take some time to recover. So it's now just you and to go deal with Frost again.
Ah, well, thank you. Don't mind if I do. And he'll just drink it on the spot.
So it's sweet going down, and then bugs and acid taste.
That was quite. Oh God. Oh, that's horrible.
I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you the rest of it.
Oh. Do I feel immediately better?
No, absolutely not.
Cool.
But you also weren't as almost dead as she was, so
True.
we'll still have a few more days before we actually are more likely travel worthy again. Bishop, if you do not, because it is late at night now, Bishop, if you don't want to go to the ship, no, honestly, I don't know if we should give him the cure without trying to make a deal with him, because he might just take
Right.
off on us.
Yep, that's my thought too. So here's what we have, group. We either try to risk doing it ourselves right off the rip, or we call in Drusilla's favor now.
Have Drusilla on the sideline when we go talk to him.
Right, that's what I'm saying, is because it's going to take 45 minutes to get from the academy to the ship.
No, you're not that far. Silver Docks aren't far from the academy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you
He
want me
stays
to
at
try
the
to convince
swanky
him first?
Huh.
If you want to try to convince him first, we could use your little fingernail trick and leave Marsland and Bishop here to come down there with Drusilla while you and I go try to convince him.
I like that idea.
Here's what we have. Here's what we
Okay.
have. Decision
Pause.
wise, this is what we have.
Okay.
He doesn't want me back on the ship. He could give a rat's ass what we do or say to
Mhm.
him. We already know that he's tried to cure Oz himself and he couldn't. So even if we give him the cure, well, now he knows that Oz isn't just going to die from the disease,
Right.
even if he's still in a coma.
Right.
Which means he can still just take off and do whatever the hell he wants to.
Yes.
So, do you honestly think, in all of the experience we've had with this dude, he's going to just let us take his ship to go get Oz's soul?
We know where Oz's soul is, and he doesn't.
Yes, but once he grants passage, he's going to know exactly where the soul is.
Right.
Well,
But is he willing to risk soul reavers or frost reavers when he has the opportunity to risk us instead?
Just saying.
I'm
As what's
not
going
arguing
on
with you.
with experience,
Yep.
what is the better move here?
Honestly, part of that is to not have the potion with us either.
I think that's a sign of good faith, because here's the deal, is we can always tell him, if he tells you and I know, okay, hold on, because Drusilla's going to be coming to talk to you then. And then that's when I call Marsland and Bishop. because he's not willing to piss off the entire academy to fly off on his own. He's
Yeah.
not willing to do that. So we have that one ace. I'm just trying to hold it
As long as possible. I get it.
Okay. I just
Because
wanted
if he
to put everything
tries to-
out there before
Right.
we decide on something.
Because if he tries to throw us off of the ship after we save Oz, that's when we can pull out the Drusilla card. If he does not honor his agreement. Does that make sense? Like, we try to save that for as long as possible to try to get Oz out of his situation if we can. Marslin, you've been really quiet. What do you think?
I mean, it is. Oh gosh, worth trying the honest way, but and saving favor for later. But if we don't have any other choice,
I mean, we could also just have her come down with us, and maybe just the fact that she's there will make him listen to us more before saying you owe her a favor.
Right.
yeah, that is not a bad idea, Gwynton.
Yeah, I like that. We'll just take her with us right off the rip then.
And that way Bishop can just stare at his face as he has a bunch of emotions that he's annoyed that he can't say anything to him.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, now can we call for Drusilla without going into a book?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We'll call.
There are
for
other
Drusilla.
people that will run and get her.
Okay. Yeah, because Drisk is dead in a bed.
Yes, absolutely. So after a while, done already?
Well, we've all taken the cure, given it to Lord Shadowstone's daughter, but now we need to go talk to Frost and try to get him to give us passage to where we need to go to try to save Oz's soul. But we are going to try to talk to him without you needing to do your favor to see if he'll listen.
Fair enough.
If you don't, you have some time to spare to walk down there with us, so you're there. So if you do need to call in your favor, there's no running around situations going on.
I can allow that. I have the time. Shall we go now?
Yep, let's head out. And we'll all start heading to the Frostweaver ship.
Marslin, did you check out properly with the bookkeeper?
Did I?
No, you did not. You just walked out of the library with a book.
I didn't say I was doing that. The DM told me I was
Right, the
doing that.
DM did say.
I'm just
It's
trolling.
a trap.
Drusilla is the
He
library.
just puts the
bookkeeper
book
lady.
in his bag, walks out.
Marslin seems kind of panicked. I didn't. Was I supposed to?
She just smiles and continues walking. You know, she walks very lightly on her feet. It almost, with how long her dress is, her robes, it almost looks like she just hovers across the ground.
Marslin's chasing after. Wait, but you didn't answer me. Am I supposed to check this out?
DM, similar to how Colton Frost's kind of hovers when he walks.
Yep. It's just it's an
Okay.
elegance rather than magical.
Right.
You notice as she walks out the front door, the two guards who have now swapped out to the nighttime crew, immediate at attention and not a word is said.
I'm just gonna grin at them. as
Right?
we walk
Wave
past
to
them.
the really sassy one as I walk by.
He doesn't even move. And you proceed down to the Silver Docks. It looks it looks like it did the other night. There's torches burning, there's activity. As you approach, nope.
Arabian Nights.
Right? she approaches the Frost Reavers herself. I have business with Colton Frost. You will not deny me this business. And they just immediately snap to attention and nod and run back and get Colton.
Was it magic that she cast? Did she use any sort of spell to accomplish that, or was it sheer presence?
It didn't
She's
see
a
you
badass.
You didn't see her use anything. There was no
Okay.
words or anything exchanged.
No Jedi mind tricks.
Colton approaches. Drusilla, fancy you to join us for festivities tonight? And she looks at all of you, nods, and kind of steps back into the background.
I'll step forward, like, Frost, glad to see you guys are having a party.
I see you brought your mechanical toy with you.
Well, he is part of our group, and all you did say was he's not allowed on your ship.
But
What?
we'll see.
But as promised, we do have the cure for Oz's dose of it. However, I'm here to strike a deal. As he is now, you can't train him. His soul is not in his body. Are you aware of how to free that soul?
My boy, I have been around for quite some time. There's nothing I can't find out.
How long do you think it would take you to find out that, though?
It depends. What is your tolerance?
Like drug tolerance?
Pain tolerance.
Probably more than you're going to give me credit for. However, I don't think the deal I'm trying to strike is going to really unbenefit you in any way. We know where his soul's at. We want to go retrieve his soul, return it into his body. And that's a benefit for you. You don't have to spend time torturing or trying to figure anything out. And you also don't have to send in your other Frost Weavers to go to somewhere they don't know to do who knows what. Now, the part I'm asking for is to allow Oz to continue to travel with us until we're done with the business we have right now. We are about to embark on a new journey that deals with the gods, and I would like to have a trusted friend on my back helping out. And this would, again, benefit you, as he would be getting stronger during the adventures, harnessing his rage more, as you have always wanted him to do. And if we succeed, a god might owe him a favor, or give him benefits in some other way.
Or kill him, which doesn't benefit me at all.
I find it highly unlikely a god's going to try killing him. If anything's going to try killing him.
Bring you on board and show you the state that Oz is currently in for traveling with you.
You mean the comatose state that he did bring on to himself? That had nothing to do with us as a whole.
A convenient story.
You think I would want my friend to be in a coma?
One that Drusilla can back up. It's not a story, it's the truth.
How do we know something else didn't happen and the whole thing was fabricated?
Drusilla?
Colton. This was the Void card. I believe you know that by now. He nods at her. Still, I have other plans for Azadolf that don't require his combat expertise at the moment.
Well, I mean, either way, you still need his soul back in his body for whatever your plans are. And he made it very clear to us that he was going to honor his part of the deal. We're not trying to stop you or stop that from happening. We're just asking.
Sounds like it. You're saying you want him to not be with me, but be with you.
As we
Just
have
until we finish the business at hand.
Yes. If anything, it would be we're borrowing him on an extension from your original contract with him. He's going to be yours. You always going to know where he's at based on that magical mark on his head, will you not?
I need to handle my business first.
So we get you Oz's soul back, and then we help you handle your business with Oz once he's conscious and awake. Your immediate need for him.
Both of you roll persuasion with advantage.
Good old +0. Is that that's a natural 20?
That is.
And I got a 15 as my highest.
Okay. So the deal is, I take you to get Oz functioning again. I allow your automated toy within my presence without destroying him. Once he's returned to a functioning state, you will do as I request until my business is finished. Do we have an accord?
I'll turn to Bishop Mars and say,
Yep.
How does that
Yeah.
sound for you guys? I'm fine with that. As long as your accord doesn't take, 10 years.
It seems reasonable to me.
And how about you, Machine? Is that reasonable?
Amendment. You do not get to call him Machine anymore.
Yeah, personal
You get
favor.
to call him by his name.
I call him... Is that amiable to you, B15H0P?
You will call me Bishop. And just know, I do not take orders from you. I am here for Oz.
And what about my business that you need to help me with as part of the deal?
As long as I find it reasonable. I will not do an evil act.
I would not even dream of an evil act.
And I do not believe you.
Well, what does a machine know? I'm sorry, a bishop know.
I know this. If you break your contract, that contract is null and void. Remember that.
I think with that, we can say we have a deal, Colton. And I'll put out my hand.
He steps forward.
Next time you don't have to bring backup. And he looks up at Drusilla. Drusilla,
Hat.
always a pleasure.
I'll hand him the dose. It's be like having backup out front where the big guns come out. Helps on our side once in a while.
I fathom this makes us even, Drusilla? And she looks at all of you, looks at him. We'll discuss that at another time. A favor for a favor. A word is the strongest bond. Right, Drusilla? I said we'll discuss it at another time. And she looks at all of you. Must return to my studies. Good journey.
Thank you for everything, Drusilla. I'm sure we'll be talking to you later. And I'll turn to, once she leaves, I'll turn back to Colton and like, please get this to him as soon as possible. I don't know how his health may have turned in the last couple of days. And also, because I need to square up my debts, how much should I owe you for the alcohol when I was making the tonic?
Call it on the house.
Okay. Now I'll be honest with you. We're probably not going to be leaving like tomorrow. I'm sure it's going to take us a few days for the cure to fully go through our system so we can be at top shape. And it's going to take a couple days of traveling, I imagine. So maybe the day after tomorrow we could head out and hope that by the time we get to our destination, we're back in as optimal as we can be for performance.
Why not leave now? It'll take several days to get there. If the cure works, you should be better by then.
That is true, but there is a couple things I need to take care of first. One of them is with Lord Shallowstone. So we can either plan on leaving tomorrow midday or evening or the following morning.
I live to serve.
Yourself.
At
I do
least
appreciate
you've learned
the patience.
that, Bishop. It will take 4 days to get to Dearney from here.
Who's ever said? So we never said Dearney.
Oh, I thought you already said it. My bad.
We never said where we were going. I made sure not to say where we were going.
Okay, then you don't know that.
Okay. And neither does he.
Jury, scrub that from the record.
So
We know where we're going, right?
we do, yeah. I just
Okay.
never wanted to reveal to him where.
Right.
Okay, we will see you either tomorrow afternoon or the following morning.
I'll be here.
Have fun with your festivities up there.
We always do.
And with that, I'll turn around and head back.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I am going to try to go back to my room and commune with Ferondis before bed.
Okay.
I'm going back and studying up on the book that I stole.
And I'm gonna I'll try talking to True Silver as well after there are 2 parts.
Rift, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to continue to pester my newfound allies into a better understanding of Oz.
Okay.
Well, there's one time where he turned into a bugbear. There's 2 times he turned into a woman. Another time where he grew wings.
This one time at dungeon camp.
All right. So, Justinian, you were first.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and draw out a circle in my room, put myself, both pieces of the sword in it, and try to summon Ferondis.
Okay. As you do, a few vines crawl up kind of through the cracks in the floor. Some of the knots, they kind of push up. They twist, and a few flowers burst from the edge of the... from each vine. Well, hello, Justinian.
Hello. I assume that you know what I had to do to get the first piece of the sword.
No? What did you have to do?
I now owe a favor to a fire spirit known as Ifitar.
He looks at you with a very just blank, unenthused. You made a deal with Ifitar.
Yes. He offered me the piece of the sword that he had and other items. And if it wasn't for my promise to you to reassemble this sword for you, for your champion, I wouldn't have made a deal if it was for myself. I refused to take a second gift in exchange for that favor. Only to serve you did I agree to do a favor to him.
Well, at least you only owe a favor to him and me.
Also, the Academy, in order to save a fellow party member's life. But I have a feeling my days of making deals with devils is not over yet.
So, three favors. And so young.
My question to you is the next piece of the sword, I believe I am about to go to where it's located. And do you know how many more pieces there are after the next one? Or do you know is there a specific forge I need to take this weapon to?
Well, it is broken. Let's see, who originally forged this? It's been a long time. If it was the elves, it wasn't the dwarves. Either way, it was sealed in dragon's fire, tempered in an enchanted lake. Have to remember. It's only been a few thousand years. Get the piece. We'll figure it out from there.
And do you already have a champion picked to wield this sword after I reassemble it for you?
Well, that would be you. Why else?
Thank you. I consider that a great honor.
You'll fight as my champion. Against all unnatural things. And when your time comes up to end, shall deal with the sword at that time.
I just give him a bow.
He nods at you. Try not to make any more deals.
I will do my best.
I'm sure you will. So, what now?
How are you?
Where do you reside when we aren't communing like this?
The Fae, of course. I like to walk the Fae. Have you ever been there?
No, I actually remember hearing stories about people that could travel to the Fey dimension and meet the Raven Queen. My mother used to tell me all sorts of magical stories.
Well, maybe you'll go there someday.
That would be an honor.
So, do you want me to tell you a story so you can go to sleep, or?
No, I'm sure you've got better business to do. You've answered all of my questions.
Well, glad I can be of service. Reach out anytime. You can also talk to me just from your head. Just address me and speak. I can respond in most cases. We don't have to be so formal each time.
Well, serving you didn't exactly come with an instruction book like True Silver did for Quentin.
I've been meaning to work on that. Books. What a boring way to spend your time.
I have a wizard friend that would hate to hear that.
If you want me to tell him, I'm here. I can go find him and...
It'd be a shame if your forest burned down.
No, that...
They take from nature to make their books.
And they don't give much back.
They don't. They just take and take and take. I give and give. Also, they can write on them.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Until next time.
You'll see me in the dungeon?
Right?
There's a good chance. He just slowly fades and the vines retract back and away, peeling off one of the flower heads, and it stays there in your room.
I'm going to pick this one up, and this time, instead of just holding on to it for a little bit, I'm actually going to consume it.
Okay.
All right.
It's fine. It's a flower.
Yep. All right.
I misread what you put. All right. Next we had Quentin.
Next was actually Marzin and his books.
Yes.
All right, Marslin.
It's me.
Through reading the book, basically this is a history of like the deck of many things and what each card does in there and reasons why and why not you should ever touch that deck. You also
For many
realize
reasons why you should.
you also realize that there are multiple decks like this that do different things, and they're out there in the world. All people of magical background do not like these decks. They're considered an abomination.
Okay. Does it say anything more on the Void card?
What you learn from the Void card is that wherever the soul goes, the object must be broken, and that it is protected by some creature as part of the action of the card. They had notes on past creatures that they knew about. There was a mention of a beholder. There was a mention of ancient dragons.
Trask.
One mentioned a Tarask. Yeah, it's there's a slight history here of just awful things.
Joy.
You also learn about how one of the cards has the ability to summon a loyal fighter for you, and while they don't come from any existence plane, they're not teleported from somewhere else, they're more created out of a magical ether, very impressionable and fiercely loyal to whoever pulled the card.
I've picked up on that. Is any other information on their existence or longevity or anything like that? Or powers?
After summon, they are there until they pass away from natural causes or...
Do they age like a normal creature?
Yeah.
All right.
They just basically have no childhood.
Man, that would have been nice.
No parents, no anything.
So they're a drifter. Does it mention any card about magical items disappearing?
Yes. That card. They just disintegrate. There's a story written in the margins about great weapons and swords that people went on long quests to find, just to mess with this deck, and they just disintegrate and blew away in the sadness and rage from that has driven people mad.
Has it driven them to pull more cards from the deck, perhaps?
Some people are just chaos.
Does it mention anything about where the decks came from?
Sure, they were made by Hallister.
Right.
I don't know. That is a real person, but I don't know who made the decks.
I'm holding you to that now.
Considering what he did in other parts of the world, that's not uncommon for him.
We're now going on a quest to find Hallister.
Right, Bishop?
Yeah.
The Mad Mage.
Okay.
All right.
Any other tidbits that I come across?
I will send you the link to what all the effects are.
Okay.
Do that real quick or I'll forget.
You're just sending me the item link?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And then you can read through there and make yourself grossly familiar with all the terrible things that are in there.
All the murders.
It's
I will let you know that Oz did not know anything about that. Neither did the player controlling Oz.
He did not. All right, Quentin. Now we're at you.
Okay, I'm going to try to talk to Truesilver. Basically just saying we're working on finding out more about the Shadowsparks. Are you able to tell me anything else that's happening? Yeah, and then just like we had to make a deal with Frost again to try to save Oz's soul.
Quentin, be careful making deals. Things are worse. I'm weaker. I'm focusing to keep giving you your strength. Save us.
I'll do everything I can to save you guys. And I have good friends to watch my back. Okay.
And it just grows quiet.
Also, as a side note, I want to say this. Out of character, we always say freaking dice because it always fails us on things, but I did get a nat 20 in a really good spot tonight. So, like, digital dice are both ways. Okay, that's what I had to say.
I heard what you said, but they don't mean anything.
I'm going to smack you when I see you.
Anything else that you ever do?
Nope, not for me.
I'm going to stare at the ceiling and say, who am I? What am I? Where am I? Where was I?
Please tell me Crow answers.
And I sent you what I was planning on doing.
Yep. All right, I got to roll because we've got the God's blessing. So we know Rift has disadvantage on his next ability check and such. Let's see what who gets the advantage. Justinian, you get advantage on the next attack, saving throw, or ability check as the gods bless you.
Oh, Panda got deleted by the moderator too.
I don't know what's going out on.
Panda, what did you do? What did you do, Panda?
Unfortunately, you don't get a pick. It's random for who gets the God's blessing. All right, so the rest of you rest for the evening. Wake up to another sunny morning. Prepared, feeling a little bit better as you start the next day preparing to leave to find the soul of Oz. And that is where we're going to stop this evening.
That's where we're going to end tonight. That's where we're going to end tonight.
So, you want me to tell you a story?
Is that a mockingbird? I don't know what's going on in chat over here. Message is getting deleted. I don't know. I don't know.
Cuddles did it. Cuddles, instead of blocking Cherry, or he did it to Panda instead.
Oh no. All right. anyways, I thought of something while we were out there. So for those of you that, let me get it up here. Those of you in the Discord, I am going to I'll start a thread in there. What we want is everyone can submit one idea of Rift's background. Where did he come from? What is a trait that Rift has because of his background? He's going to start remembering things. What is he going to remember? So every person gets one idea to submit. We will incorporate those in the best we can in that situation. So help build Rift's backstory.
Why would you give this to me?
Come on over to the Discord, and yeah, I'm sure Cuddles is going to come up with some amazing.
Oh no!
So, or maybe he has a tick of some sort. Who knows? So we'll incorporate the best we can, but
we'll do. Yeah, let's do background this week, and then we'll do like quirks. Like the next week, and then
there we go. We'll do flaws and bonds, and we'll go through that. But this week is backstory. Help write Rift's backstory.
Oh no!
Yay! Cherry's already saying hobo. Cuddle's saying brothel worker. Just I'll get the thread going in Discord, and we'll see what happens. Because I want to convert one of them over to a forum style. So that'll be more controlled that way. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. Sorry we were gone for 2 weeks. I mean, this is the time of season. People get sick. And for those of us with kids, they are little plague carriers. So they carry all that stuff around. So might get feeling better. He can at least talk now.
Yeah.
Got really bad. We're going to try to stay healthy before Midland Mall gets us sick again.
Oh my
guaranteed.
God.
Guaranteed.
Dude, it's guaranteed. The con crud, man. Like
the con crud is real. Yep.
We usually do take like Clorox wipes and things to wipe down the dice and different things. We try to be as sanitary as possible. It still gets us. But we want to keep you safe as well. I was banned for saying well with extra L and dot. Oh, probably because you were repeating too many characters. There, I don't know what the limit is.
I did the exact thing she sent, and then banned her and Panda.
That's strange. Well, it won't do it to you, but
oh, yeah, it's a VIP.
Yeah, Midland Mall Comic-Con coming up, just a few weeks away. Panda better be there, and we'll see everyone else there for sure. Sign-ups are out there right now. We just got Cherry signed up, so not as many pre-sign-ups. I'm telling you, those spots went fast last year, so
we need to get Warren signed up for one of them.
As you're attending, I've got some coworkers in the office in Michigan that I'm trying to convince to go up. They're like, I've never played before, and I want to see what it's like. And it's like, well, here's your opportunity. Well, I may be busy well, don't say you want to play, and then give me an excuse.
I may be busy in 2 months.
Right, and then skip the opportunity to play it for free.
So I'm gonna harass them. Yeah, with experienced DMs too. So
once in a lifetime.
Once in a life. That's stupid. What? Right. You need to figure out what day you'll be there. Yeah. Well, we'll be there Friday to Monday. Though Monday we will not be worth a darn. we'll be pretty.
Monday's a travel day.
It's a travel day, yeah. So you won't see us Monday unless you're cheering outside of the hotel or something.
Right.
But don't forget to check out Have SB Review and B&B this week. Played a little video beforehand. And that's what I got. So thanks all for coming out. I will find someone to raid here shortly. You'll be there Tuesday. Great. We will save a spot for you.
Yep. You can do all the cleaning up that Paul bitches about.
But until next time, we'll see you in the dungeon.
The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, that's a mantra. Keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, I'm a monster. The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, yeah that's a mantra. I keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, yo I'm a monster. Turn it up. What you know about the final boss? I got him trying to buy time with the sign of the cross. I redefine high crime and the meaning of loss. I'm off hip, but I body like I'm playing lacrosse. Beat to the EG, I'm keeping them queasy. I make it seem easy, acknowledge me. I've been demolishing your cities, I'm astonishingly sleazy. I'm the big bad, y'all must be the cast. I'm killing the master, villain, a blast, a disaster. Really a rap bastard, willing to rap fast for the masses. I ravage all races and classes. Savage, I can't stop myself. Thinking of all the ways I can top myself. On God, I can move like a devil. I hope you and your squad are ready for the last level that ends here. The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking.
Yeah. No, it's not that. I don't. If they did repeating characters, there's a thing for that, and I don't. It's an anti-spam thing. Yeah, it's part of stream elements. I mean, it was probably more than just a few, you know. See you, bud. Blocked by a creature. I spent. Oh, I forgot. There's this delay thing. The delay thing really helped my system, rather than streaming direct. So that was kind of nice. I might be able to. I don't think so. I'll stop streaming. Oh.